Hey guys, MCU Collector here with another set of videos, and here we have the Hasbro 6-inch G.I. Joe Classified series. So finally Hasbro is bringing G.I. Joe into the 6-inch realm of action figures. So I know a lot of folks are excited for this. For one, I remember watching the cartoon when I was a kid. I watched the movies. They were okay. I'm not the biggest G.I. Joe fan. I'm not. But I'm an action figure collector. I'm an action figure reviewer. This is the perfect time to start any line when it is brand new, first launches. So for right now, I'm a sucker. I'm in the line. So I apologize for all you G.I. Joe fans ahead of time that I'm sorry I don't know all of the characters. I'm not familiar with everything, but I do want to check out the figures and see how they are. The Snake Eyes Deluxe version was incredible, so hopefully all the figures in the line will kind of go in that route with crazy articulation, awesome accessories, and the like. So looking at the package, the presentation of it is beautiful. I really love what they're doing. It follows kind of the Lightning Collection line, where it's a simple box, or similar to Black Series. Marvel Legends seems to kind of be the crazy one with weird packaging, but pretty cool. So you can see G.I. Joe. We got artwork of Roadblock there, which is awesome. Side artwork of Roadblock looks great. We get the artwork on the back of the package, and this is the same on all of the figures. There's no bios or anything like that, but that just looks absolutely incredible. I love the way it looks. We are going to be getting some of these other figures in future waves. Red Ninja is going to be coming in Wave 2. Gung Ho is going to be in Wave 2, and then Cobra Commander is in Wave 2. No word on the Baroness or anything like that, so we'll see when she comes along. Here on the other side we have number 1, so they are going to be numbered. So Roadblock is number 1, and I don't know what all of these symbols and emblems really mean. If you guys let me know down in the comments below, because every single figure has different emblems there, and I am curious to know about it. I'm assuming something's like a weightlifting one, so you guys let me know if you guys know. Up at the top of the package here we have the kind of G.I. Joe star 01 again, but looking really awesome. Here we go. Let's open this thing up. Real quick, one interesting thing of note, there is no hang tab. So I guess on store shelves, these will be having to sit on the shelf itself and not hanging from a peg. So I just thought that was a little interesting, unless it's just mine that happens to be that way. But no hang tab, so no pegs. Okay, so here is the Roadblock figure out of the package. You know what? It's really good. A couple of things on mine though. Mine's got a couple of loose spots that might be a little tricky. So it's not going to be something that's on every figure, I wouldn't think, but it's definitely something on mine. So first let's look at the accessories, then we'll take a better look at the figure, look at his articulation, and then go from there. Okay, so the accessories that Roadblock comes with. He comes with this little knife right here. The cool thing about this knife is it actually sheaths right on into his vest there in the front. So we're going to put that there, and we'll keep it there for now. So that's pretty cool. It's just done in the silver plastic. The sculpt of it is pretty nice. Just the standard blade. So that is cool. Next, we kind of get this magazine. I don't know if it's some kind of blast energy effect, but it's silver paint with a little bit of blue in there, and that's actually going to match the weapon that he comes with. Now I have no clue what type of weapon this is, but it's pretty interesting looking. There's some really cool things. It's actually 2 separate pieces that are kind of glued together or whatever. So from here on, it's actually this translucent blue plastic that you see here, which is pretty cool, and then it's all like silver painted on top. We get some red, some blues in there, and then the rest of it is done in a nice silver paint, and then we kind of get a little bit of that red and blue back here. So pretty cool. We actually get a trigger space. The promo images show him holding this in his right hand, and then here with his left hand. I have no idea what type of weapon this is, if this is from any particular comic or anything. You guys let me know down in the comments below, but it does look pretty cool. It's a great size to it, so not bad. So 3 little accessories, one being the magazine for the weapon, which just kind of ports right on in there like so. So not a huge amount of accessories, but some really cool things with the figure. So let's take a look at them now. Okay, so here is Roadblock. Now, all of these figures, from what I can tell already, they're going to utilize the digital face print technology that Hasbro has been doing with like Marvel Legends and Black Series, and Lightning Collection actually. So I guess they're doing it kind of across all their licenses and properties. So looks really good in terms of the sculpt of it, and the paint came out nice. Facial hair looks good. No complaints there. Here on his left arm, we get this large tattoo there. It's of a lion. I don't know if you can really see it here on video, how well it comes out, but it's done nicely. It's just all in black, so nothing really going on there. But what I really like is actually the paint that they put on the vest. There's a lot of different colors that came out looking really good. So we get this white star right there. came out very nice and clean. There's some gold pieces here on the vest that came out really nice. A little bit of blue in there, and they still got that with no issues. The red and blue over the shoulder all looks really good. There's some browns in there, a little bit of kind of sloppiness right there, but it's on the back of the figure. I'm not going to worry so much about it. And then we kind of get some gray for the strap and these pouches. The belt of it is all in gray, and we kind of get that through here, and we get some more of that gold and blue there on the opposite shoulder, and then red in the front, and it just looks really good. The tricky thing about the vest is it is not removable. So if you want to remove it, you will have to cut it. So a buddy of mine, Plastic Soul Collector on Instagram, he actually cut his off because he bought a soft goods tank top for his Roadblock, and it looks pretty good. But again, you have to cut it off, and that's just scary. It's not something that I do with my figures, but something you guys might do. Gloves are red and kind of a beige gray color. Bright red on there, and that's all kind of painted nicely, no complaints there. He's got his cargo pants, which are done in kind of grayish color, and those look really good. We get a knee pad right here for his left knee that's done in a nice gold paint, and then the straps of it are done in gray, and they actually painted on that back knee hinge. I don't know if you guys could see it. The paint of the gray for that strap, so that's, you know, a little extra effort that Hasbro normally would probably not have done in other figure lines, but they did for G.I. Joe, so that is pretty cool. We get that same gold paint looking really good here with a little bit of red over it and the black boots. So very, very good looking figure. Now on the articulation, you'll see the problem that I'm having with mine. Hopefully it's not something with all of them. Okay, for Roadblock's articulation, so he can look down that much, he can look up that much, so a fair amount, and of course you get the swivel in the head. Shoulders go up very nice and smooth up that high, and of course you get a full rotation. There is the upper bicep swivel there. You get a double jointed elbow, which works quite well. You get much more than a 90 degree, and he's got a large bicep, so that's actually a really good bend at the elbow, and I think I just said knee. Wrist swivel, and we have a standard hinge on the left hand. On the right, and we actually get the same hinge. I was thinking it was going to be the roll of the dice. It is not. There is also a butterfly joint in there, but with the vest being not removable, you know, can you really get the full potential out of that butterfly? And you can get some, not a whole lot. You can actually work that shoulder ball in that butterfly pretty good. So you get some crossbody, but, and to be honest, not a whole lot going with it, but you do get some good movements in there. Now there is an ab crotch under the vest, but you don't get full use out of it because the vest is just really in the way. But at the waist, as you can see right there, we get kind of a ball joint at the waist, so it's not a standard swivel or anything, so you can kind of get all kinds of crazy motions like a diaphragm joint. So you can actually get some pivot to the side, pivot to the other side. You could twist around if you wanted to as well, but that gives you some good motion when trying to get him to bend down and going back. So it actually works out quite well, even with that solid vest really being in the way. Legs go out super far apart, but my legs are kind of loose, more so this right leg, but he seems to want to do the splits a little too much. When I bent it, it seemed like it just kind of wanted to force its way down. So maybe it's just mine, so be careful with that. He can't kick forward that far. There is the drop down similar to the Snake Eyes. This one doesn't want to seem to drop down, seems to want to go right back up on the left hip, but you can do that, and then you can get him to kick up a little bit higher. This one is, again, just still really loose on mine, so that's unfortunate. There is an upper thigh cut there. You get a double jointed knee, and that's kind of an ugly big knee joint there on the right, on the left. The right's going to be kind of the same thing, but we don't get this gold knee pad over there, so a little bit different. There also is that boot swivel right at the top of the boot. You get a foot that hinges all the way down, which is actually really good. Doesn't really hinge a whole lot up because the shin guard is really getting in the way of really trying to get that foot to move up, but there is nice ankle pivot and peg holes at the bottom of the feet. So good articulation for what it is. I was actually a little bit surprised by it, but you know, it's just unfortunate that mine has the really loose legs. It's probably not something that's going to be on all the figures, but you know, just kind of be aware of that when you have yours. Okay, for a side-by-side comparison, here he is next to the Marvel Legends Stan Lee figure, and kind of your everyday basic 6-inch Marvel Legends figure. I have this Iron Man here, and you can see that he's really a lot smaller than that. So just kind of like with the Snake Eyes, he's more of on the line of that realistic look, as to whereas comic figures tend to be a little bit bigger. Although Roadblock is kind of massive, so he's definitely larger than this one. So it just kind of depends on what figure that you have next to it. So like here with the 80th anniversary Iron Man, it's kind of a little bit bigger, just a little, kind of about the same height, but you could see like proportion wise, he's a little bit smaller. And then to close it off, here he is next to the deluxe version of the Snake Eyes, because I have not opened up any of the other figures to give you additional size comparisons. I'll include them with all the other ones, but you can see he is massively towering over Snake Eyes. He is huge. Still a really good figure. Mine, has the really loose legs, unfortunately, but the articulation is on point. The paint apps are perfect. I don't see any problems with them. As perfect as they can be, anyway. Accessories are really cool. Like this weapon is just crazy massive. I mean, look how big that is. It stands up right up to his chin. So really cool things that they have going on. I'm really liking the line so far. I'm going to probably continue. It's a black hole that I've fallen into. I'll continue. You guys let me know down in the comments below if you're going to be getting into it. Have you been waiting all your life for these 6-inch G.I. Joe figures? Let me know down in the comments below. I am curious. If you guys like the video, please hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. And as always, thank you for watching. Go Joe.